I remember the morning that I woke up to an Instagram DM from some guy that I met like 6 months ago and I forgot who he was. And he said, "Hey, I'm coming to your city. Do you want to go to this like nightclub party thing?" And I was like, "What the heck? I don't go to nightclub party." But anyway, long story short, he convinced me to go. And we weren't going to smoke, we weren't going to drink, we weren't going to vape, nothing, okay? There goes the monetization of this video. But so we pulled up to this nightclub party thing with a bunch of his friends, and oh my gosh, I had no idea what to expect. Like the music was blasting, people were like dancing, the lights were like crazy, people were drinking and everything. And at first I was like, man, look at all these broken people. They're just like sad because they have no home to go back to and their parents don't even know they're here. And like, I was just being a nerd in the middle of it all. But as the music kept playing and people started like vibing with me and I was dapping people out, I was meeting people, like I had two people around my shoulders, like we were like hyped up, right? And as this music kept playing, I started to feel it, I'm not gonna lie. I started like dancing in the middle of the circle and everything. Like I could not have imagined myself doing that. But it made me realize that night how many people I dapped up, how many people's Instagrams I got, how many people like I was like vibing with, and like I don't know, things you would do with so-called friends, right? Maybe you have friends at school, maybe you have friends in uni or wherever you are. People who you tell jokes with, laugh with, get food with, right? People who you call and text. They're not your friends, okay? You the term friendship has been so screwed up these days. It's been so, what's the word, clouded. Like it's not even something solid anymore. Someone can talk bad behind your back, tell jokes about you, make fun of you, you still consider them your friend. I feel like the standard of who we call a friend, who we call a brother or a sister, is like literally, what is friendship? Okay, what is friendship? Well, it's family outside of family. It's someone you can not only relate to, but you're there for them in their, like in the lows and in the highs, when they need you and when they don't. You're always checking in on them. Like these people, right? I don't think there's such thing as, oh, they're just like okay friends, or they're like my best friends, or they're just like, I don't know, what's even the term? Like they're barely friends, but they are friends, like acquaintances or whatever. There's no such thing. You're either a friend or you're not, or you're just a person, right? Like I'm not saying if they're not your friend, be mean to them or anything. Like, no, you can still treat people with respect and stuff, right? But who you consider a friend, just because you laugh with them, just because they tell jokes with you, doesn't mean they're your friends. I don't know who needs to hear this, but I definitely do. Because damn, bro, the amount of people who I'm friends with at school or friends with at church or wherever, right? I would consider, if you were to ask me like, oh, is that your friend over there? I'm like, yeah, that's my friend. But the truth is, like, they aren't. They aren't. Are they gonna like, you're not friends because you spend time together. You're not friends because you get food together. You're not friends because you share the same hobby. Obviously, you can meet them there and you escalate beyond that. But just because you relate with someone doesn't mean they're your friend. Where am I going with this? You could be at the party, right? Like I would have met all these people and dapped them up and got their Instagram, blah blah blah. They're not my friends, obviously, right? I'm not going back there. Even at school, you see them every day. You might tell jokes with them. They're not your friends. Just because you see them every day doesn't make you their friend, or they are your friend, right? I realized how little friends I actually have, and that I'm actually okay with that. And I think it's a good thing. It's just been on my mind a lot to not know, in fact, how many people are really for me, how many people I genuinely have beside me. And I don't need many. You don't need many. Some people don't even have one, and a lot of times one is enough. They're not your friends. They're addicted to the same drug. If you bond over alcohol and you're like, oh, you want to go drinking, and that's the only reason why you meet, they're not your friends. If you bond over video games, like you play video games with this person, maybe even hours a day, they're not your friends. You're friends with the same drug, you're friends with the same hobby, you're friends with the same yada yada. That doesn't make you their friend. What is a friend? How do we define a friend? I define it as someone who would sacrifice themselves for you, sacrifice their well-being, sacrifice their money or their status or their reputation for you, for your good. They'll call you out, especially when you need it, but they won't tell you what you want to hear. They'll tell you what you need to hear. Basically, that's what I'm saying. And it's so rare to find these people, and that's a good thing, because you're not meant to have 80 friends, 1,000 followers on Instagram, and 17,000 subscribers on YouTube. But hey, we need to draw that line. We need to know. Like, the reason why so many people struggle with saying no, right, every day, like, people struggle to say no, to set boundaries, to respect themselves in a way that they feel like are rejecting other people, but is saying yes to themselves. Sometimes rejecting other people is saying yes to yourself, and saying yes to other people is saying like no to yourself. I feel like this is I'm putting it in such a general and broad way, but I hope you can understand what I'm saying. They're not your friends. So how do you find real friends? I don't know. I honestly don't know, but it's been on my mind, and I do have less than 10 true friends. Less than 15 true, genuine friends who I know if there was like, I don't know, a guy broke into my house and he's gonna try and stab me, like they'd fight with me and they like get stabbed for me, genuinely. And that I do the same for them. Only 15, less than 15 people, and that's even a lot. You only need one, really. And if you don't have that, I think you should make it kind of your life's mission to find that person. But you need to accept that not everyone's your friend. Basically, no one is gonna be your friend. Genuinely, a friend. A friend is something that is like, it's a standard, bro. It's actually like a high standard to meet. We've clouded that with like, oh, if I follow you on Instagram and you follow me on Instagram, we're friends. We're not friends. We're not. I know you, I respect you, I love you as well, but like, we're not friends. You know what I'm saying? Like the word. So have higher standards with who you hang out with. Genuinely. Because it's so easy to allow all these people into your circle, especially people you can't even respect, and allow them to defile you, to change your personality, your behaviors, your habits, your thoughts even, your language. You ever hang out with someone, you might not even look up to them, but they start saying a word a lot. Any word, like, I don't know, they say engulf a lot, and you start using engulf every time like you have the chance to use it. Like, really? It happens all the time. And it's natural. We're human beings. It's natural. So why would you let people like into your life that you don't even look up to just for your natural human monkey brain to be able to, you're the average of 5 people you spend the most time with, right? So don't let like every single one of those people matter. You gotta respect yourself more. If you want to level yourself up, you have to level up your circle as well, because your level of self, who you are, is capped by who you surround yourself with. Trust me, you will never grow past who you surround yourself with. If you want to hear more from a 17-year-old trying to figure out life, subscribe. It's a win-win for both of us. As always, get after it.